Welcome everybody to another episode of Midnight Review, and it's back! Tonight we watch American Horror Stories Coven. And why the hat, you may ask? I roll with the Supremes, dog. But before we kick this thing off, I have a connection towards this, a small connection of this episode. I'll explain later in the video. Alright, to get that out of the way. But if you don't want to know spoilers, I would leave it right about now. It's a real good episode. A lot happens. So if you haven't watched it yet, I don't know what you've been doing in life. It's really good. American Horror Story is finally back and you didn't watch it? Like, what the heck, dude? The episode starts out, the main voodoo chick tells Fiona, dang, I didn't know you were so nice to me. Like, she's so shocked about it. And then, out of nowhere, when the main voodoo chick was asleep, this Waka Flocka flame in a top, this older version of Waka Flocka in a top hat comes. He's like, where's my deal? If you don't get it by the end of the night, you're in trouble. So she gets the deal, she does it, she takes a baby. Yeah, she's like, this is like Taken 3 Baby Snatcher, American Horror Stories version. So this episode had featured Stevie Nicks, the singer that Missy's been talking about the last like 8 episodes. And spoiler alert, from earlier I said I have a connection, and here's my connection towards this episode. Stevie Nicks is a Arizona native, so am I. But she was born in a little town called Bisbee, Arizona. I'm not from Bisbee, Arizona, but my uncle at one time was the mayor of that town. I don't know that she lived during that town or whatever during his mayor run, but that small town that she's from, my uncle was the mayor at one time, and that's my connection of this episode of American Horror Stories. Not everyone can say that, can they? Sorry for all the sidetrack, but so they had Stevie Nicks in this episode, and I thought it was kind of cheesy personally, but she can still sing. She's like 60 years old, she looks like, and she can still sing pretty, well, a lot better than me. I don't want to brag or anything, but in this episode, they mentioned broomsticks, and a couple weeks ago, I'm like, yo, American Horror Stories, mention broomsticks. I want to see them fly. They didn't use broomsticks, but they mentioned it. That's close enough. That's like Notre Dame stuff. The main voodoo chick and Fiona team up against the witch hunter group. You know, they find out, you know, the daughters, that was her husband. They find out their family, and they're like, oh, we gotta get these guys back. They're witch hunters. They're gonna kill us all if we don't. And so they make a spell, a money spell using rats. And I thought that was a great metaphor. Because, you know, like, people that with money hungry, they're like greedy. I don't know why. It's like mice and rats and just rodents, just scum, you know. So I thought it was a really good metaphor to the show. I mean, to the spell. But anyway, and Misty and what's her face? Madison, I think her name is, you know, blonde chick that's already died. They're kind of arguing, like, who's the next Supreme? I'm the next Supreme, blah, 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 blah. They're just fighting. Madison, she's like, I got powers too. She does, like, cool, like, live powers. And they're, you know, they're talking. And Madison is getting to Misty's head that Stevie Nicks doesn't like her. She's using her, blah, blah, blah. And then out of nowhere, she just grabs a random brick and pop, over the head of Misty. Spoiler alert! Misty doesn't die, but she gets buried alive. That's like 12-year-old John's, like, one of the biggest fears of mine. Buried alive. Nan and Zoe go to the hospital to visit the neighbor boy that actually died, but they haven't found out yet. Finds out she's dead, and Nan's like, "Okay, that's fine. We'll bring him back to life." So they go to his parents' house, and then she's like, "Yeah, you can see I think his name's Lance. Lance right here." And she's like, "Oh, can I?" And I'm like, "Oh snap!" She's keeping like a dead body in her closet. Nope, he got cremated. And that's when Nan explodes. She knows the mom killed him, and she goes crazy. And now she can make people do stuff because her powers are gaining. She freaking goes nuts on the mom, dude. She makes her drink freaking bleach. Like, oh my gosh, oh, are you serious? And the mom is just guzzling the freaking bleach. Spoiler, dude, the mom dies. But it's like, bleach? Fiona knows how to survive using that voodoo chick whenever she's like 300 years old. The main voodoo chick made a deal with that old Waka Flocka flame dude with the top hat. And so Fiona wants to make a deal with that guy. His name is Baba or something weird like that. So you see Fiona making lines, cocaine lines, like, what? This is Waka Flocka, dude. Brick squad. And and the guy comes, he does the cocaine, and he's like, oh man, that's the good stuff. He really likes Fiona's cocaine. She has to sell her soul and sacrifice someone once a year, and then she can live forever. And he's like, okay, what's basically shake on it, and I think they're going in for a kiss. He leans in. He's like, no deal, and she's like, what? No deal. You don't. He explains to her, Fiona doesn't have a soul to sell. So she's going to die. She can't live forever, and she's like, she doesn't know the Supreme. She has no soul to sell. She's like screwed. And then the Axeman comes, and they conspire a plan up. Get all these other witches. Let's just kill them all. So Fiona is planning to kill all the witches with the Axeman. Remember the baby way back when the main voodoo chick took that baby? She doesn't want to kill the baby. She doesn't want to give him to Baba. So you know what? Instead, they kill Nan. Yep, spoiler alert. They drown Nan in the bathtub. Dude, the whole episode I was thinking, Misty's like basically dead. The witch hunters could come any minute. And now Nan got drowned. Where the heck is Caveman Kyle? Isn't he supposed to be the guard dog and protect the witches? He's not doing a good job. He wasn't even in this episode. Now it's time for my not kind of highlights. What I mean by that, it's just a funny moment I pointed out during this episode. The first one is Fiona. She's talking to her daughter, and she just BR slaps her like, bah, bah. She falls down, and I'm like, don't mess with Fiona, dude. And the other one goes out to the ginger. You don't see her all episode, but you do see her super mellow towards the end, just playing this weird instrument. She's like, this episode was crazy, guys. I thought all the youngings was the Supremes. I don't know anymore. I don't know the Supreme. Comment below, who do you think the Supreme is? I literally thought somehow they involve everyone being the Supreme. But witches are killing off other witches, so it's like, what the heck is going to happen? I don't know. It's really chaos right now. Queenie, you gotta come back and just lay some wood. You know how I'm feeling, homegirl. Leave a like, share, favorite, all that good stuff. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Comment below what you think is going to happen to all these witches. Are they going to kill off each other? I hope not. But, thanks for watching again, and have a great night, have a great day, and see you next time on Midnight Review.